and welcome to TWF Impact or Hit. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and with Aiden English. And today on Impact or Hit, we have a good show here today on Impact or Hit. Yesterday on Dynamite or Mike, we saw, Shrek and Otis Drosnick beat Sonic and Tails and keep the TWF tag team winnings for another day. And I truly believed that that was a good match, you know, and I truly believed that that was a good match that we had yesterday on Dynamite or Mike. Well, you got that right, Jonathan Coachman says. We saw Otis Drosnick and Shrek put the TWF, tag team winnings on stake for the first time since they won them by beating Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. And it was a good match that we saw. I could tell you one thing right now, Aiden English says. Shrek and Otis Drosnick are a good tag team. They did beat Sonic and Tails. They did keep the TWF tag team winnings. But sooner or later, they're going to have to fight against other teams that are not going to be so easily to be beaten, like Sonic was, or Miles or Tails was. Well, you could be right about that, And now, well, you could be right about that, though. Well, you could be right about that. You could be right about that, Aiden English. And have all that fought in belief. Have that be your fought in belief, though. But only time will tell when Shrek and Otis Drosnick put the TWF tag team winnings on stake again, Joey Styles says. Alright. Steven, alright. It seems that I have been shamed and guilted and scathed for, wanting to clean up the Demascarans. Which, like a month ago, that was a thing. A month ago, I was dealing with strong women of every kind, like Belasca, or Diana, known as Wonder Woman, or also known as Millipede, or Sony, whoever she was. And there were 2 times we had our deals with Demascaran land. And now, everyone is now guilting me and shaming me and saying, oh, you're the one that told Half-Flyer not to draw any likenesses of Elena yesterday. Hey, I have no run or slay over the Half-Flyer team of Small Sock. It was a bug. It was a glitch. It isn't like I came along and said, hey, you can't draw any likenesses of any Darklander, Blacklander women wearing old Blacklander's clothing with headwear or whatever. I didn't say that, and I didn't do that. Oh, is that so? Elena says. Is that so, huh? Well, tell me. Yesterday, me and my friends, which we don't all have dolls of ourselves, me and my friends, the Funny Spinks, Kane Crosskill, Nabula Pasha, Osiris, Wallace, Osiris, and Gino Lemke, we all had to go out and stop you from doing it to Queen Sarah and her strong woman kin. Hey, that didn't happen. That was written up yesterday on your saga on Half-Flyer, which you've been doing for about the 4th time, and I had nothing to do with that. Oh, is that right? Well, between me and you, Stephen Richards, you have a long yesteryear of losing. When Right to Cleaning started in WWF, now WWE, 2000 to 2001 YL, you started to make war with everyone, and you really couldn't win, could you? First you warred with the Godfather to make him become the Good Father. Then you warred also with Jesse James, and you warred with Val Venus to get him to become one with you. I don't know. Then you somehow got Ivory to be with you. You got Bull Buchanan somehow to be with you. I don't know how that even happened. And then somehow you warded with Scott Taylor, Brian Christopher, Rikishi fought too. Somehow that included you warring with Chyna, Billy Gunn, and Jesse James, and Kay Quick. Included you also warring some with The Undertaker and Kang. You warded Farouk and Bradshaw and Taz. How that happened, who knows. You also warded The Rock with Steve Austin. And they didn't quite work out very well. And let's not talk about all your bullshit wars you had with Xena over the years, because those didn't quite go down very well either. Hey, you know what? I did not have anything to do with Half Flyer and its bug yesterday saying that your likeness went against its oversight, or your likeness going against ownership or double right, or anything like that. Is that so? Then why don't I believe you? Because you are a fucked up, Darklander, Blacklander, bloodsucker of a soul. That's why you don't trust me. Oh, now look, Ric Flair says, hold on, Elena, sorry. Let me in here. First off, that is not how we play this game. First off, no need to bring up that she is a Darklander, Blacklander, bloodsucker of a soul. Hell, she's most likely the oldest bloodsucker of a soul out there. But if you two want to settle things, why don't you do it in the ring, here today, on Impact or Hit? Yeah, I think so, Lord Flair. Only if I was you, I would think that your whole time as a skilled wrestler should have been cleaned, due to all the shit you did over the years. Yeah, don't threaten with cleaning me. Worry about Elena. Well, we just heard from the main wicker of the toy wrestling gathering, Ric Flair, who was known as the dirtiest player in the game at one time, Joey Styles says. Yeah, Jonathan Coachman says, how is this match going to work out? We'll have to see about that. Danning and Steven Richards did the Steven kick and took down Elena, Joey Styles says. And I've seen him do that in his first run in ECW, WCW, two-whiff run in ECW, his run in WWF, WWE, and his TNA IW run. Oh, and he truly thinks that he's going to get a win here. 1, 2, and only a kick out. So, yeah, looks like the Steven kick didn't work, Joey Styles says. John Coachman says, and don't forget, Steven Richards was calling himself the main wicker of Sunday Night Heat at one time, too. But that wasn't even a thing, was it? Jonathan Coachman says. Well, 2 times they say he'll do it again, and this time it'll work, Aiden English says. You know, Elena will be looking up at the lights, reckoning the stars. You know, Aiden English says, well, the Fight Lord reckons 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and only a kick out. Well, this time Aiden English says, 3 time is the luck, right? Yeah, and it looks like he just kind of, went to the well way too many times. That's what it looked like. And then down it went. And now Elena is angry because she just shifted into her bloodsucker lair now. Now why would he keep doing it over? And now he's in a bind now. Everyone, is against cleaning in some way. And now Stephen Richards is going to be in the bind now, Joey Styles said, of his own making. Yep, I guess so. And Elena's got him up now. And I might slam, Joey Styles says. It looks like this match is going to be over, Jonathan Coachman says. Don't reckon out Stephen Richards yet, Aiden English says. He won the WWF, WWE hard middle winnings many times. You know. So don't reckon him out. 1, 2, 3. You know, ding, ding, ding. Here is your winner, Elena. Let's see, Asan or Asan. Well, and Stephen Richards did not do very well in that match here today on Impact or Hit, Joey Styles says. He thought he had something going when he kept on, you know, doing the Stephen kick over and over again, thinking that if it didn't work the first 2 times, it would work the free with time. And sadly, some folks would call that madness, believing that doing something over and over again and then thinking that it will work out. Unlike Joey Styles says, well, John Coachman says he wasn't known for being that wise in the head. You know, if he did, he wouldn't have spent half his time show playing as other wrestlers and then thinking he was a cleaner and whatever he was doing, Jonathan Coachman says. And then hanging out with Victoria because he thought his madness and her madness were good or whatever. Hey, well, it worked out for him, didn't it? Aiden English says. And sooner or later, he'll get even. It wasn't madness, though. Alright, take it away now. Mike today, if you can stand up. Stand up! Thank you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. I'm going to be talking with Stephen Richards here today. Because I didn't pull him away already, did I? No, pull him on the bed. Here today on Impact or Hit. Alright, Stephen Richards, some folks would think it's madness what you did out there. And thinking that this time that it would work out. Well, Mike, today, the madness comes in when Elena is still guilting me over what happened to the strong women and Demascarinland, or what happened with her likeness, or their likenesses, or whatever. But she started this, and I'll be the one who ends it. You see, it's true, I don't have Bull Buchanan. They never made his toy. We got Kama Mustafa. We could always pass him off as Kama or the Godfather. We can call him the Good Father. We do got Val Venus. We do got Ivory. And if I do gotta bring some new folks into the team, like I did in the past with Kurgan and Andre, which I did, then I'll do it. You started this, Elena, but I'll be the one who ends this. Well, you should know that Elena has been around for years. And she is a hard bloodsucker to beat. I'm not talking about dusting her. I'm just talking about beating her. She started this, and I'm the one that's going to end it. Well, some would say that is madness, that you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and then thinking that it's going to work out on like. Just like you keep on coming in and cleaning things. I told you I had nothing to do with the whole Half-Flyer shit. Yes, I was guilty of going to Demascarinland 2 times and doing that shit. Yeah, maybe I was guilty of doing that. But Elena guilts me for what happened between her and Half-Flyer glitch or bug and her likeness. I had nothing to do with that. And as far as telling my dealings with Queen Sarah and her kin, well, I would just say that was between me and the North Vinlander strong women. Well, that's my talk with Steven Richards. Back to you, Mike, today. Back to you, Joey Styles and Jonathan Coachman. Well, thank you, Mike, today for talking with Steven Richards here today on Dynamite for Mike. And that's all the time we got here for Dynamite for Mike. I, Joey Styles, with Jonathan Coachman and with Aiden English. We hope you like Dynamite for Mike, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.